Alright, so when we last left off with this Montgomery Ward 1981 Christmas Values catalog, we were looking at some sporting guns. But now we're going to move on to the ever most exciting toy section. And we're going to start off with a couple of game consoles. Did anyone own these things? I don't think so, because these were pretty much underperforming machines that failed in the wake of Atari and Mattel and later Coleco.
The wizard has a dungeon of surprises for you, and if you're still hungry for excitement, how about the Munchie game?
We have the Show and Tell Phono Viewer, which basically plays a record while a film strip goes down the side and it shows on the screen there. Then you have the Viewmaster projector, the standard viewer, and the Disney gift pack. I mean, there's two different gift packs here. There's the Muppets and Disney. Wait, actually, what is this? I didn't look at this before. At the touch of a button, this computer offers instant trip information by calculating miles traveled. That's cool. This is stuff that you could put into your car to make it way more versatile. And of course, a tape deck. Baby dolls from Kenner and Mattel and Gabriel. That looks like baby Sally Struthers. Oh, Monchichis. They have 4 different types. I did not realize the Monchichi had so many accessories. Then they have the Glamour Gals. Different lines here. These did not really go into the Toy Hall of Fame, but still interesting from a historical standpoint. These are more fashion dolls. So I think the impetus behind these dolls is more along the lines of the clothing they offer, because I see Jordache clothing and I see different outfit styles, so I think the dolls themselves play second banana to the actual outfits, as opposed to Barbie, who has her line of clothing, but it's more about Barbie and the fun careers she could do, or activities. And here she is, speaking of which. This girl is confused by her Barbie doll, but still seems to be enjoying it. She has her dream house, she has her outdoor pool deck, she has her recreational vehicle, and a horse. Barbie's remote control super vet, so you could stick Barbie in that car and crash her around the living room. Fashion plates, I'm not gonna lie to you, are awesome. I had something similar to fashion plates. They were called monster plates that, of course, because, back in the day you had to market to girls and boys, and in the 80s you weren't gonna buy a boy what was deemed a girl toy. But I'm not gonna lie, I played with my sister's fashion plates from time to time because they were kind of a cool concept. You could make different designs using a mix and match of plates. And they did sell monster plates, so you can make a mix and match of monsters, same concept. But that was a fun toy. Yay, play kitchens. Pretend you are doing chores that you don't want to do in real life when you're older. Snoopy snow cone machine, that is still around, you can still buy that. A play vacuum cleaner. Why would you buy a kid a play vacuum cleaner when you could just give them the real deal? Like, here's a play vacuum. No, instead of the play vacuum, just give them the real vacuum and let them go to town. And now we are on the page of nightmares. If you want your kid to be the weird child on the block, and if that's not your cup of tea, why don't you buy them Flasher Kermit or 8 months pregnant Piggy? This is always fun. It's like you drive them to work when you're a child. The Zap Zap racetrack, I think I remember having, which was a very simple concept, but well executed. We have a whole bunch of C&Cs. The C&C had a whole line of toys. They had the Farmer Says, they have a Spanish version, they had the phone, they had a game based around C&C. And then, of course, the Jack in the Box, because, the traditional toys are sometimes just as fun. Here is the Fisher-Price Play Desk, and I actually did an episode on this because I have that Play Desk right in front of me right now. Yep, there it is. Alright, now I gotta reset the camera. Back in the day, Lego wasn't so complicated. It was just simple little kits of simple devices. There wasn't Star Wars or Harry Potter or Seinfeld or The Simpsons or Atari or whatever that's gonna cost you $300. It's just simple Legos. Costing you about $40 for the most expensive kit here.
Folks are getting more worried about being modern than they are over the 3 square meals. I'm going to call up Ed Huckster there and find out what he thinks about all this business.
The Capselas were the best toys. I mean, the Erector sets were cool too and everything, Erector sets, yay, they're fun and nuts and bolts. But the Capsela was the most amusing thing because you just had little plastic balls with gears inside. You pop a propeller on there, a couple of wheels, and you have yourself a motorized vehicle.
Build a revolving space tower, a climbing cable car. You can make a pretend solar energizer. Navigate on a pretend Martian canal. With Capsela and your imagination, you can build hundreds of things. It's a snap.
The most amazing things I've ever built from toys like that were made from Capsela. This is interesting. This is the Skadoodle, this was called. This was basically the same premise as Etch-a-Sketch, except you were able to remove the pointer and replot it into a different location, so this way you didn't have to make a continuous line. It was kind of cheating, but it worked. And of course they do have the regular Etch-a-Sketch and the Etch-a-Sketch fun screens. The fun screens were basically add-ons for the Etch-a-Sketch that let you do like fun little races and mazes. Here is the Coleco electronic learning machine, which again, if you want me to pan up, I also have right there. I was going to do a video on that, but it's actually not working as well as it should, by which I mean it's not registering the correct answers, so that needs to be fixed before I go any further. This was the Talk to Me book. So it was basically a small vinyl record built into the book that played the words being read to you. The Fisher-Price tape deck I used to have, and I used that for making many of my first mixtapes. Typewriters for kids, because this is what we used to give to children so we could prepare them for the real world. I think I had one of these as a kid. They never had 1 keys. I hated that. Kiss guitar. If you could sell it, Kiss wants to endorse it. Alright, furniture for children, for the kids who have their own little rumpus room. That is pretty nice. I actually wouldn't mind having that in my room today. That's a lucky kid. Hey look, it's Ricky Stratton from Silver Spoons. Played by Ricky Schroeder. He's on his way to the arcade in his living room. I had a friend who always had these ride-along things. He'd get one like every week, and these things would last maybe a week before the plastic would wear down from the asphalt to the point where basically it had like no grip whatsoever. The Tyco US1 long haul trucking, 6 action control stops. When I got this thing going, this was the best toy I've ever had. You stop it, you empty it, you load it up. Yeah, you go to the dump site, you change trailers, you have a crane. I know this was a bitch to set up, but when I did get it all set up and played with it for a few hours, it was nirvana. More Star Wars stuff or Empire Strikes Back. I'm not going to pretend I know enough about Star Wars to point what everything is. I know that's Yoda. Now into electronic toys, we have the Speak and Spell. I did an episode on that, talking toys. This I used to have, the Digital Daredevil. I kind of wish I still had it because I played this for hours. That kept me very busy. Blip, I'm not so good at. I have Blip. I gotta say, that is a tough game. A line of Pressman toys. The Pressman toys are the stuff that you buy at the drugstore in the toy aisle. Oh, the Milton Bradley Microvision, the first complete handheld non-video cartridge system. Non-video cartridge system, okay. Wildfire was an electronic pinball game, which I used to love, and I enjoyed it so much I bought another copy of it. It's a great game. Some great games over here, Mad Magazine, which I have. Oh, yay, more Rec Room stuff. They kind of split this up weirdly, but they have a pinball machine. That, of course, is not a real pinball machine, but it's one of those kid pinball machines. Ah, Dark Tower. Everyone, that is the toy that is pretty much coveted by anyone who remembers Dark Tower, because that thing was the most sophisticated toy you could own in 1981. Unfortunately, finding a complete in-box copy with everything working, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. Back then, it cost you $40 until December 1st, after which it was $45. The Omni Entertainment System, I think Tecmo did an episode about this. It's basically a 8-track based trivia question game. $120 until December 1st, after which it went up to $125. Very sophisticated use of 8-track technology, but I mean, for $125 after December 1st, it was a pricey toy. They have a copy of Merlin, which I did an episode on not too long ago. I'll post a link to that as well. And finally, on the back, we have more CED nonsense. This time, the player, $430. Remote control optional for $40, $38. All things considered, it's actually not a bad price considering a new VCR at the time was costing upwards of $1,000. The only thing is that you couldn't record programming. That was a major bummer. Anyway, that was your 1981 Christmas Values book. Again, some good gift ideas in there, despite being 41 years in the past. Hell, if you have a time machine or are very good at eBay, then you have yourself plenty of choices. Anyway, enjoy your day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Get ready for the holidays with savings of 25 to 50% off all jewelry.
Take 20% off all electronics
30% off all Christmas merchandise.
and 40% off all winter coats and leather jackets.
The once-in-a-lifetime savings.
Go on and on.
At Montgomery Ward's going out of business.
Final sale
Shopping for the holidays
has never been like this.